Okay. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Ambiane Ukweli. And before we begin, I want to say thank you to those guys who have subscribed to the channel and they comment, send me personal messages, and I really appreciate that. So today we are discussing an issue I titled Youth and Sexual Reproduction. Listen to this. So 75% of the Kenyan population are young people below the age of 30. 1 in every 3 teenagers has information or knowledge about sex and has experienced it by the age of 15. Yani, by the time these guys are 15 years old, they know about sex. Hata kama si parents wao wamewambia, they know about it and they have experienced it and or, okay? They have or they might have or might have not, right? And I remember when I was a teenager growing up, knowledge about sex was not readily available. It was either you got it from your parents or mtu mwenye ni elderly, mwenye amesha experience, anaweza kuambia about sex. But these days, with the age of technology, phones, laptops and everything, these guys have information and a lot of it, accurate or inaccurate, about sex at the tip of their hands. Another statistics, 4 out of every 10 girls are childbearing by the age of 19. Yani, these guys are becoming parents by the age of 19. 4 out of every 10 girls in Kenya. Approximately 30% of all new HIV cases are amongst adolescent and youth in Kenya. Think of it. And over 13,000 girls drop out of school due to early or unintended pregnancies. 13,000 every year. Kids as young as 10 are engaging in sex. 10 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 years. Over 100,000 abortions were reported last year. Over 100,000 abortions were reported last year. Hey, goodness me. There's an increase in STI infections among the youths in urban areas. I will drop links to the websites where I got this information. But guys, listen. Albert Einstein said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. We have been telling these guys, toka sisi tuanze grow, tumekuwa tukiambiwa abstain, 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 abstain. But obviously, it is not working. And we have been burying our heads in the sand, just assuming, apana, it's not happening. These guys are not listening. Inaingilia hapa, inatokea hapa, kaya imeenda. And I am sure, hata saizi, there is a guy who is just watching this video. Anashanga sisi kimtu kinasema, sikimaliza mimi nende nifanye mambo yangu. Yes, it is happening up to now, hata wakati wa lockdown. So we will all be fools if we keep on addressing this issue the same way it has been addressed for decades, for over 20 years, the abstain narrative. These guys are going to teens class. These guys have mentors. These guys have people they are talking to. But bado hawasikii. So bado mtazidi kuambia abstain. 10 years, 5 years from now, bado mtazidi kuambia abstain. Ebu come to think of it. Isn't that insanity? So me, I'm here to say it like it is. Okay? Girl child, listen. Chanikai vizuri. There is no guy who is below the age of 25 or even above who wants to be a parent na hako prepared. So stop lying to yourself that if I get pregnant for this guy, if I give him sex, he will love me more. Trust you me. He will hit and run. And the moment you become pregnant, he will hit and disappear. So stop that mentality of thinking that sex is the way to a guy's heart. No, it is not. Boy child, listen. It is normal to have sexual urges. I also have them. But then you need to remember, you need to be very responsible about what you do after that. It is not easy. I will tell you that. Si rahisi, but then you need to be very, very mature about it. Some of you will listen to this message. Wengine watasikia. You don't want to be a father when you're not prepared for it. It is not easy. And there are so many baby daddies out here. We need to flatten that curve. As in, hey my guys, look for someone who is mature. I know it's not easy to talk to your parents about sex. Si rahisi, hata mimi when I was young, it was not easy to talk about sex to my mother, to my father. So I looked for someone who is mature, na mtu mwenye neza relate na yeye, and it can be an uncle, it can be a big brother, it can be a big somebody who is elderly, mtu mwenye ni mkubwa wako, mwenye unaweza tukaa chini ya kuambia hizi mariali maze, akwambia tu vile how things are. Don't go looking for information about sex over the internet na usisikize mabeshte wako. Peer pressure ni real mzee. So look for someone who is mature, mtu mwenye anaweza ku-advise with a clear mentality, and listen and heed to it. Si ati usikize tu alafu ipitia hapa itokea hapa iende. Listen and heed to it. Girl child, the buck stops with you. Just have this mentality in mind. Every guy wants to smash. Every guy wants to get into your pants. The best thing for you to do is, number 1, try not to get yourself into compromising situations. And number 2, if you get yourself in that situation, because I know you will, wacha niwaambie ukweli, it will happen. Tell that guy to glove up. Mwambie avae condom. That is as point blank as I can be. Ask around. It is not easy raising a child on your own. So many of these women will tell you, oh, I am raising it by my own, I am doing it on my... It is not easy. Yes, you can do it, but it is not easy. And as parents and guardians and mentors, it is high time we stop burying our heads in the sand and assuming that our teachers will tell these kids about sex. The government will tell these kids about sex. No one will. It is up to your responsibility kuambia these young guys about sex. Talk to them about contraceptives. Talk to them about condoms. Talk to them about pills. Talk to them about implants. Guys, these guys are having sex in front of your eyes. Atakuja home amenyamaza, humble down lakini. So stop burying your heads in the sand. Waongeleshe. Or else, these statistics bado zitazidi tu kurise. And it might be your kids, it might be your nephew, your nieces who is affected or infected. Your kid might have good manners, but someone else's kid might not. Mimi nitawaambia tu ukweli. These things are happening and you need to be very radical about it. And in the process of preparing this episode, I came across a toll-free number where you can just, if you are a teenager, you can call to get information about contraceptives, where to get age-friendly guys who can talk to you about these issues. The number is 0800 721530. I came across a website called I Support Cause. They have a Facebook page, Twitter, and all these things. They advocate for safer environments for guys to talk about sex, pregnancies, contraceptives, and all these things. That number is theirs, so call them. They are toll-free number. Talk to them. They are very friendly, youth-friendly. You know, ni watu wenye, they'll give you this information without being judgmental at all. Finally, guys, what do you think should be the best way to deal with this situation? Because it is getting out of hand and it is happening. Whether we talk about it or we don't. You can leave a comment down below. Let's engage. Let's talk about these things. Tuambiane ukweli vile iko and try to flatten this curve. See you on the next one.